the defendant, Mr. Daybell, and the court at this time is going to instruct the jurors to please be brought into the courtroom. That will include our alternate jurors as well to be seated. And then I will have the marshal get the verdict form from the jury once they return to the courtroom. So if they can come in at this time, we'll have them brought in.
All right, please. Here's all President Counter for you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Please be seated. All right, the court's going to next just make a reference that there is a courtroom conduct order in effect in this proceeding to remain in effect. So I appreciate everyone complying with that order, as most of you have done throughout the proceedings in this case. At this time, then, the first matter I'd like to take up is to do a roll call of the jury for the record. So, Madam Clerk, if you could please conduct a roll call of our jury to make sure they're all present and properly seated at this time.
Juror number 1, red card number 27. Juror number 2, red card number 219. Juror number 4, red card number 631. Juror number 5, red card number 653. Juror number 7, red card number 752. Juror number 8, red card 1680. Juror number 9, red card number 823.
Here.
Juror number 10, red card 1358.
Present.
Juror number 11, red card 1365. Juror number 12, red card 716.
Present.
Juror number 14, red card 997.
Present.
And juror number 15, red card 1078.
All right. Thank you, Madam Clerk, for conducting the roll call. All right, at this time, I'm next going to inquire from the jury foreperson, has the jury reached a verdict? All right, thank you. Mr. Bailiff, if you would please retrieve the verdict from the jury foreperson. Thank you. All right, the court has reviewed the verdict form. I'll note that all counts have been properly marked, as well as the verdict form's been properly dated and signed by the foreperson. The next step then is Mr. Daybell, if you and counsel would please rise, I'm going to have the clerk read the verdict.
In the District Court of the 7th Judicial District of the State of Idaho in and for the County of Fremont. State of Idaho plaintiff versus Chad Guy Daybell defendant. Case number CR 22211623. Verdict. We, the jury, duly impaneled and sworn to try the above entitled action for our verdict, unanimously answer the questions submitted to us as follows. Question number 1. In regards to count 1 of the amended indictment, is Chad Guy Daybell not guilty or guilty of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder of Tylee Ryan and grand theft by deception? Guilty. Question number 2. In regards to count 2 of the amended indictment, is Chad Guy Daybell not guilty or guilty of first-degree murder of Tylee Ryan? Guilty. Question number 3. In regards to count 3 of the amended indictment, is Chad Guy Daybell not guilty or guilty of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder of Joshua Jackson Vallow and grand theft by deception? Guilty. Question number 4. In regards to count 4 of the amended indictment, is Chad Guy Daybell not guilty or guilty of first-degree murder of Joshua Jackson Vallow? Guilty. Question number 5. In regards to count 5 of the amended indictment, is Chad Guy Daybell not guilty or guilty of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder of Tamara Tammy Daybell? Guilty. Question number 6. In regards to count 6 of the amended indictment, is Chad Guy Daybell not guilty or guilty of first-degree murder of Tamara Tammy Daybell? Guilty. Question number 7. In regards to count 7 of the amended indictment, is Chad Guy Daybell not guilty or guilty of insurance fraud? Guilty. Question number 8. In regards to count 8 of the amended indictment, in regards to count 9 of the amended indictment, is Chad Guy Daybell not guilty or guilty of insurance fraud? Guilty. Dated this 30th day of May, 2024, and signed by the presiding juror.
All right, Madam Clerk, thank you for reading the verdict. At this time, I'm just going to collectively ask the jurors, all of you, is this in fact your unanimous verdict on each of those counts? Very well. At this time, I'm going to inquire if the parties wish to have the jury polled. Does the state wish to have the jury polled?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Does the defense, Mr. Pryor, wish to have the jury polled?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Very well, then. I'm going to direct the clerk to record the verdict. At this time, then, this does conclude the guilt phase of this trial. Because the defendant has been convicted on counts of first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, the state has filed a notice of intent to seek the death penalty, and so a second phase of this trial, called the sentencing phase, will be taking place next. We're going to take a recess at this time for approximately an hour. We will come back on the record and begin with the start of that sentencing phase of the trial. I would like to remind everyone that this courtroom conduct order is still in application throughout these proceedings. Thank you all for complying with that. We are going to take that recess at this time. Mr. Daybell is to remain in custody at this time for the commencement of the sentencing phase. And with that, thank you all, and we will be in recess.
All
Well,
right, please.
there we have it, guys. That is the official ruling on the Chad Daybell Doomsday Killer case. He was convicted on all charges, found guilty on all 3 charges of murder, on all 3 charges of conspiracy to commit murder, and on the grand theft and insurance fraud. They got him for the whole kit and caboodle. Now, here's what's going to happen. The sentencing phase is, since they do have the death penalty on the table, to my understanding, the sentencing phase is going to take a long ass time, because now they have to put on a whole new defense of whether or not Chad should have life or be sentenced to the death penalty. So usually they have to have a specific lawyer that can argue those types of cases, like for Jody Arias, Kirk Nermy, who we've interviewed several times and had on there several times, had to go through that because he was qualified. Yes, my love.
Can you help me with this?
Oh, what is this? Oh, this is a different gun. Nanny's never seen this one. Where do you put the bullets?
No, this is a ball gun.
Yeah, I know. Where do you put the ball? How do you get the balls in there, though?
Right in there, right there, in there.
I don't know how to put them in there. Hold on. Well, no, I have the balls in there now, and now they're stuck. Great. Now I got the balls stuck in there. Why? I'll have to have Pop-Up fix it, okay? We'll have Pop-Up fix it. Nanny doesn't know how to fix it, and I'm trying to do a report. So let me finish up my report, okay? So that's what I believe is going to happen here. I don't think that John Pryor is going to be the attorney that takes him into that. Maybe he will be. I don't know. But I know that they have a whole nother case that they have to put on generally. Now, I don't know the laws in Idaho, maybe they don't, but I know that that's the case in the capital cases that I've looked at before. They have a whole other sentencing trial, and it's very intensive because basically they have to be prepared to save this man's life. That attorney does, and they have to know the statutes and the exact reasons and everything. So it's a very complicated matter from my understanding, but we'll see how this goes. But okay, just 1 minute. I'll turn it on for you. Okay. But I just wanted to pop in real quick, guys, and let you guys know that the Daybell trial has been finished. It's done. And a verdict has been reached, and he is guilty on all counts. I'll be back later, guys. And don't forget, we will be covering all 30 some odd days of this case in detail on the crime lines that we have coming out. We've gotten the first week done. We've gotten this last week done. So we're working on everything in between. But thanks again for tuning in and dishing true crime with the good wives. Don't forget to follow us on Patreon membership club. You can grab our new book on pre-order on Amazon or on our website. Have a good one from the good wives, serving up true crime one dish at a time. Bye, guys.